here to show you how to create some background papers of your very own by using some techniques that will help you manipulate in Adobe Photoshop. We're going to be working with pieces from the Olive Collage Bits and Bobs from my Ensembles collection, along with some pattern papers, the Saffron artist books. We'll be using this background paper. We will be borrowing textures from this paper, and we will be using patterns to create something like this, to create your own custom paper by merging different papers together and using manipulation techniques. I'm going to show you a quick technique using the Select and Mask tool, which will enable you to customize your papers and build new papers. We're going to be extracting parts of the paper and manipulating them by clipping other papers to them to make a whole new design. So in Photoshop, if you go to the Select menu, and we're going to choose Select and Mask. Now there's a couple of options here. With regards to settings, I tend to leave the majority of the settings as default. I do like to have the transparency setting on around 12%. Now if I bring that up, you can see that the paper disappears. If you bring it down to around 12, what will happen is when we start masking areas of the paper, the transparency will help you see that your selection has actually worked. So over here on your Select and Mask panel, there's a couple of options. You can use a brush to paint over the area. So for example, if you just click and drag over here, and you'll see that this area of the paper is no longer transparent and that area has been masked. I'm just going to undo that and show you the object selection tool, which can be quite powerful, especially with a paper like this where the selection it's quite simplistic. It's a rectangular piece, so you would literally just drag a bounding box around the area that you want to mask, let go of your mouse. I like to have my output to a new layer, click OK. Now you'll see that the background paper has disappeared. Our new selection that we've masked is on a new layer. The background paper is still here, it's just hidden, so we can reveal that again. Now you have your paper, but on a new layer above we have this masked area which we can now manipulate. So if I switch on the pattern paper and drag that above the new masked area, right click and create clipping mask, and you can simply create a brand new paper by clipping one to another. I did something similar with one of the Saffron artist papers by selecting this grungy piece of paper here just to give me an additional shape for the bottom part of my layout. So again, select and mask. You can see that it's slightly transparent. Where you have areas of high definition, the contrast between the different parts of this paper are much more vibrant than the other example I gave you. When you have the object selection tool selected, it will try and assist you in finding different objects. So here, because I have higher contrast in areas of this paper, it's already selecting or trying to help me find. So if you just do a single click, and it will actually grab all of that area. Again, we're going to output it to a new layer, so if we hit OK, and then we have that, and then you can, again, if I just reveal, if I duplicate my pattern, drag it above the new masked selection. Photoshop is a little sleepy today. Right click, create clipping mask, and again you have a new area created, ready to make a new paper design. And so what I ended up with was this. So let me just remind you again what the original paper looked like. So we had this plain paper, we used the select and mask tool to select this rectangular area here and put it on its new layer. We clipped the pattern paper to it, giving us a new paper design, and I used another shape at the bottom and clipped the paper to it. And then if I show you my embellishments on the top, and there's my finished page. I hope you find these tips helpful to help you stretch your stash, learn how to design new papers, and have lots of fun. Thank you for watching.